I can't remember how it goes, but we look down,
Yeah.
blink twice, and then look back up into the camera.
Geek. Noun. An obsessive enthusiast.
We're about to talk to one of the stars from the brand new hit Netflix show, Geek Girl. There's an interview, by the way, on the channel already with Emily Carey, who plays Harriet Manners. But right now, I'm going to talk to Nick Park, Liam Woodrum. Liam, it's so nice to have you on Flip Your Wig. My first question is this. How does it feel to be a part of such a successful, huge show on Netflix?
It's so surreal. I am extremely grateful for all of this. It's extremely surreal and overwhelming and amazing and all of the emotions that you could have.
How did you watch it? Was there like a friends' night? Did you have your family sat down? What did you do?
The first night I had a couple buddies who were back in town from college. So we are all hanging out and we were on his couch, and then on midnight when it dropped, we turned it on. So it was just me and two other friends. And then the day after, my parents put together a thing with all of my high school childhood friends. So and all of their moms and dads. So there's probably a group of 20 to 25 people. And we watched the first two episodes.
My name is Harriet Manners, and I am a geek.
There are 6 books, Liam. So you know what that means. Hopefully 6 seasons. Have you read them all? Because I think you read the first one, right?
I have the first I have all six.
Yes.
I've before
Yeah.
before we yeah, before we started filming, I read the first three. So I got through the first three. But I'll probably need to revisit those before we start filming. Probably the first one as well. I need to revisit all of them.
The thing that I loved about your character was that he wasn't the cliche, like athlete, good looking, all the girls want him. Yeah, he was popular. Yeah, he was hot. But he was also sensitive, had empathy, was a nice flipping guy.
That was one of the first things that jumped off the page to me was this wasn't the cliche famous model who's in I don't want to say who's not a nice guy.
Yeah.
Was he's kind and he loves Harriet for who she is, and he's respectful and nice and empathetic and all of those things that you just listed. So it was completely refreshing. It was something that jumped off the page immediately.
You spent a lot of screen time with Emily Carey, who I think is awesome in this. Did you know who she was before you started working with her? Had you watched House of the
I had
Dragons?
not, and when I found out she was also attached to it, I watched a couple episodes. But my mom actually sat down and watched all 10 episodes of House of the Dragon in one day on the couch. I was like, Mom, what are you doing? She's like, I want to see who you're gonna be acting with.
Shot it in London, so you spent some time here, so you weren't at home. How did you bond with everybody? Was there loads of like downtime to just chill and get to know each other?
Totally. I mean, with the days that we weren't working, we were all hanging out and just hanging out at each other's places and getting food and stuff. They introduced me to a Sunday roast, which I had no idea what that was. That was awesome. I love that.
Did you have Yorkshire pudding?
Yes, I did have a Yorkshire pudding.
Okay.
Great. I loved it all.
Gravy?
And with gravy, all of the whole shebang.
What's it been like? Like I was reading some of the comments earlier and everyone's been just so lovely. So what has it been like reading some of the reactions from fans and
It's
supporters?
been it's been all lovely. It's been amazing. The social media has been that was one of the big changes after the show dropped. But all the messages I've been receiving and all the messages I've been reading have been all positive and all kind. So I'm so grateful for that because I know how easily it can go the opposite direction.
I looked at your social media and you don't post an awful lot. So I'm wondering, what is your relationship like with social media? Do you enjoy it or do you find it a little bit like overwhelming?
Um, I think I have a love-hate relationship with social media. I think it's so easy to get sucked in once you're on there and you can look down and you look back up and it's 2 hours later and you're still sitting on your bed. But I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of social media.
Who in the world is that?
All good. A boy.
The show is also about this idea of being a teenager and at school and trying to find your place. Harriet's character is labelled this geek, which she kind of takes that label and embraces it, which I absolutely love. I think I was a bit of a geek actually at school as well. What group did you, Leah, belong to when you were like a teenager? Was there like, did you have it all figured out like Nat, Harriet's friend who kind of is focused and knows what she wants to do?
Yeah, I think I was probably a little bit more like Nat. I was a sports kid my whole life, so I had played basketball from I mean, my earliest memories playing basketball. So I had that to kind of keep me grounded through all of high school. and I had one thing on my mind only, and that was basketball. So I was kind of was a little bit more like Nat, I think, where you got one thing on your mind, and then something else came in and switched that up. But yeah.
I think it was episode one, and it started with Emily saying, her character saying something like, "This is for everyone that's ever felt like they didn't fit in." It was something like that. I'm wondering, have you ever felt like that, and how did you combat it? Or are you still kind of on that journey like most of us?
I think everyone is on that journey for the whole rest of their life. I don't think there's ever a time where you kind of sit and feel completely comfortable in your own shoes. I think everyone battles with, different insecurities, and especially at age 14, 15, 16, 17. I mean, you pretty much hate everything about yourself. But I think as you get older, you kind of start accepting it, and you just start accepting those parts of yourself, and you're no longer judging yourself. You kind of just accept the fact that you can't change who you are, and that's okay, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I think everyone at that age is just trying to figure it out.
So Nick is pretty romantic. He's got it going on. First date, he takes Harry to something that I think it was like a bit of a museum in Canada when they were over there modelling. I want to know how romantic you are, Liam, in real life. How do you compare to your character? Tell me a first date that you've ever taken somebody on, and then I'll decide.
First date, where did I take a girl? Maybe I think we went to the mall. We have this mall in Orange County, and they got a big Ferris wheel. I think that was one of my first dates. The movies probably was one of the first dates as well.
I think that's really cute. That's really nice. I love it.
She was an earlier cousin of the Tyrannosaurus Rex.
She.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I remember saying to Emily the first time you saw the rail of clothes that you were going to wear as Harriet, how did you feel? She was like, "Oh my God, it was amazing," you know? By the way, that interview's on the channel. Everyone can enjoy it. But I want to know for you, because I think Nick's wardrobe was a flex. He had some nice pieces. When you saw what you were going to wear, what did you think?
Opportunity to wear the coolest stuff that I've ever worn in my life. There's my favorite one is the vest in, what was that, episode 6 in Canada or 5? The catwalk in Canada, the black vest and the pants. That was my favorite one. It was I got to wear the coolest stuff, the leather jacket and the jean jacket. And I think I wore a leather jacket and a jean jacket at the same time in one scene. So that's pretty cool.
The gorgeous Nicola from Bridgerton has recently revealed under those incredible gowns and corsets, she actually wears joggers and Ugg boots to keep warm. I love that for her. So I want to know, okay, your character, he looks like really hot and he's got it together, really cool and stuff. But is there something that might surprise us that you wore behind the scenes?
I don't dress like that in my. Everyone makes fun of on set. I have my flip flops, my rainbow sandals that I wear. I wear those religiously. So I wore those to set every single day,
Yeah.
and I just got made fun of every single day by Emily and Manny. And
I don't really think I'm cut out for the fashion world.
I feel like this might be exactly what we need.
I think also we all need a Wilbur in our life. I love that character. I was like, oh, now the actor Emmanuel. I know you lot bonded and stuff, and he's been doing acting a little bit longer than you. So did he give you any words of wisdom, Liam?
yeah, he's been acting a lot longer than me. He's just like that in real life, if not better. He's just as kind and just as witty and smart. It's nonstop jokes and nonstop laughter when we're with each other. But he gave me a great piece of advice. My first day on set, I was so nervous, and we just weren't getting what we needed. And he pulled me aside. He just said, just have fun.
Yeah.
Because I think, you get so caught up in your first day on set, you just want to get everything right. And he pulled me aside, like, just have fun. Remember what you're doing. It's just joy. It's just fun. So that is something that I'll take with me for the rest of my life.
Is there any advice you would give to people? Because you know what it feels like, when you're sitting there and you're doing audition after audition and it's not always going your way. So what would you say to others?
Well, I also feel like I'm still on that journey. I don't think I've made it yet, but the advice I would give to young actors, a couple things. Just keep going. You're gonna hear a lot of no's before you hear a single yes. It's gonna be no. It's gonna be no. And but oftentimes nowadays with self tapes, you're not gonna hear anything. You're gonna film yourself and put your all into it and send it off, and you're not gonna hear anything back. And it is what it is. And I think keep going back and realize that you love acting for what it is, and not anything other than, you know, the craft and for acting, then that's it can push you forward as well. I think just keep in your mind that you love what you're doing and not get caught up in the rest of it.
Liam, absolute pleasure having you on Flip Your Wig. I can't wait for season 2. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Thank you so much for having this chat with me. Wishing you more success in the future. Have a
Thank you so
great
much.
day.
Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Have a
Bye.
good-
Bye.
Sometimes to change your life, you have to stand out.